is happening, everybody?
Oh,
welcome to Victory Monday. We are the Horns Forward Podcast. You guys all know me, right? I'm the loudmouth of the South, SAJ. According to the screen, to this side would be my guy,
the one and only.
Knuckleball.
Doesn't have much of a voice right now.
Oh God, here we go.
We'll get it right this time.
And then up in this corner,
2-0, Bramacita in the house. Wait, let me see. Yeah.
And then this guy right
This
here.
guy, yeah.
What's up, everybody? I'm BD.
Wonderful powers activate. There are two faces here you're probably not going to recognize, though. And that would be this wonderful, lovely lady right up here. Ma'am, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Cavazos. I'm the executive director of Discovery Camps, which runs camp programs for children with cancer.
Very, very cool. And then how about this lovely woman right over here, too? I guess would be my right.
I'm Erin Tracy. I'm a pediatric oncology nurse here down in Jacksonville, Florida. And then I'm also the CEO and founder of our nonprofit Fourth and Gold, which focuses on childhood cancer research.
Very, very, very cool. So one of the reasons why we wanted to bring you guys on was just to make our community aware of some of the awesome things that you've been doing. And some of the awesome things that our ticket sales rep, James Carr, has been doing with you guys.
James.
So Jennifer, starting with you, what are some of the things that James and the Brahmas have been doing to help support your cause?
I just met James a couple weeks ago, but he's jumped right in and he's come up with a deal with for the game on the 14th at the Alamo Dome. I see there's a
QR code there, right there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the QR code. If you purchase tickets through that link, part of the proceeds of the ticket sales will be split between Discovery Camps and Fourth and Gold. So that will help us fund our programs that we do for kids with cancer.
Brahmas for a cause. I love it.
Excellent. And then Erin, why don't you tell us, I mean, you're a Florida resident. I'm sure there's probably some fancy connection there with James as well, because he himself is a Florida native, I believe.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So James is on actually on my board of directors. So I've known James probably since 2018, 2017, around that. And when I formed Fourth and Gold in 2020 and wanted a board of directors, he was one of the first people I thought of, because he is so just out there. He loves the cause and he will dedicate everything he has to the cause. I knew him from my connection through the Jaguars, and we're both diehard fans of the Jags, and they let us down at all times. So him and I have really bonded with that. And
wow.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I understand.
Yeah, we relate.
So in 2020 during COVID is actually when I formed Fourth and Gold, and he was working for the Orlando Magic at the time. And I just knew he was someone I wanted. I knew he'd go to bat for us, and I asked him and he accepted pretty quickly, which I was really honored about. And then he moved out to San Antonio. And at first I was like, oh man, this could be tough. But honestly, he's done so much more in San Antonio than I could have ever dreamed of. He flies back for our yearly events. He obviously sits in on all our board meetings. And then when he mentioned to me about the Brahmas game, I'm going to actually be in town for Day of the Volunteer with Fourth and Gold. And when he mentioned the Brahmas game and getting 1% of the ticket sales, I mean, he went so hard, so fast. And he's been incredible for us. I mean, him being thousands of miles away has not stopped us at all. I mean, he's really one of the hardest working board members I have. So I'm super honored to have him.
That's like literally James to a T.
Yeah.
how we know him for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, Jennifer, tell us a little bit more about Discovery Camp and kind of the things you guys do as well.
Okay. Our organization is called Discovery Camps, and we run camping programs for children with cancer. Our main camp is Camp Discovery, and it's our week-long summer camp that we do every summer. And it's the kids that come to the camp are the patients that are cancer patients that are treated at the 3 children's hospitals in San Antonio and Dell Children's in Austin. And it just gives the kids a place. A lot of them can't go to a regular summer camp because of their complicated medical needs. And so, but we have nurses and doctors and that volunteer for our camp. And Camp Discovery gives them a place where they can just go and be a kid for a week and not have to put aside some of those worries about treatment and feeling isolated from your friends and misunderstood. They have an instant common ground with all the other campers because they all, even though each of their cancer journeys are different, they all understand what the other kids are going through.
I love that.
It's amazing. Yeah, no, and that's such a huge part of just going through the process and on the road to recovery is just being able to feel like a kid, be a kid, which is amazing. And I know we've gotten a couple of people that have been jumping in to the stream. For those of you who are jumping on, there is a special buy one get one for this weekend. I know that the Brahmas have announced one. But we have a special one for viewers of the Horns Forward podcast, where proceeds from every purchase using the QR code you see on the screen will go towards both Discovery Camps and Fourth and Gold, which is an organization that our very own James Carr, our favorite ticket rep in the world, volunteers for and represents all the way from Florida, trying to grow the community here in San Antonio. And there'll be more to come for that as well. The Mariachi maybe making
the links in the chat, and there's also a code for the promo code you put in. So, scan the code, go to the link that's in the chat, get your buy one get one tickets and donate some money to these awesome causes.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the part of the proceeds from the sale from this specific link will go to, so you just know that you're buying a ticket and it's going to a good cause.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, with that, kind of tell us what we can do here in San Antonio to get, become part of the organization and put our time in. What can we do? What can we do as fans?
How can we help you?
Go ahead,
Jennifer.
Which one?
Either both.
Go ahead, Aaron.
From our perspective, we really you can help from anywhere. We obviously take donations and all of those things, but the big thing we want people to do is just be aware. And childhood cancer research only gets 4% of all federal funding. That means the adult cancers get 96%. So if you're not thrown into this horrific world, you don't know that. And that's the first thing. I want people to be aware of that. So I'm sure you've all seen those St. Jude's commercials. The kids are running around, they're smiling, they're happy, but that honestly couldn't be further from the truth of what treatment looks like. And it's a way it's a very thin line of not showing the horrific side effects, but also pulling people in who, they see these bald kids and they're happy and they're like, oh, I can send $10 here. But they don't show you the why we need the money. And so I came up with Fourth and Gold because obviously as a nurse, I see these kids every day and I see the horrific side effects. I see them beat cancer and then die a few years later from heart failure or organ failure, things like that. And like Jennifer was saying, once they get this diagnosis, there are very little times when they get to be just a kid. And a lot of it is because of the side effects that they go through. So you guys can help in just so many different ways. Honestly, just talking about it, families and parents, they're exhausted. They don't want to talk about this. They don't want this to be their identity. So they need people like us, right? People who aren't directly affected that can say, hey, 4% of all research funding goes to this, like, help me fight it. Because the only thing parents should be focused on is their child's fight. So we have events throughout the year. Obviously, they're here in Jacksonville. We have kickball tournament, dodgeball tournament, cornhole tournament. But we will be at the Day of the Volunteer in San Antonio this weekend. We're really trying to expand our reach. And this will be my first event outside of Florida, so I'm super excited about that. And then we'll obviously be at the Brahmas game. So just awareness is how we can really start. And then we have some merch on our website. We have hoodies, pullovers, t-shirts, bracelets, pins, like anything like that that can just get our logo out there and that can just start a conversation.
Yeah.
Amazing.
For us, we every single one of our programs that we do for kids with cancer is at no cost to the camper or their families, because they already have so much of a financial burden put on them just having to go through treatment. And so we offer all of them at no cost. So monetary donations is great. Echoing what Aaron said, just knowing about it and getting the word out there is great as well. We do one of our camp programs that's probably the easiest if people want to volunteer for us, and we'll also be at the Day of the Volunteer on Saturday. But one of our programs is we take kids into the hospital at the 3 children's hospitals in San Antonio. We take a campsite and a full tent and a fishing and arts and crafts and all that kind of stuff. And that we do 10 sessions a year at the 3 children's hospitals. So if you want to volunteer for a day, half a day, the whole week for those, that's and you can get information on our website from those, or if you want to make a donation.
Excellent. Well, I can tell you right now that, we do have a significant social media following amongst us. And so we will definitely push it out as much as possible. I will put the link in our bios so they can buy tickets, so we can get you as much traffic, as much people going to you as possible, and make sure that we can help out as much as, like you said, however we can. Just talk about it, get the word out. And Aaron, I know you being in Jacksonville, I don't know how familiar you are with San Antonio, but we are a very tight-knit community here. It's a big city with a small town feel, and we take care of each other. And all I can say is welcome to the familia. You're one of us now.
Yep. Welcome to
James
the
told me he's
210.
never coming back, so you guys got him all roped in.
Yeah, we've sunk into him for sure. Well, is there anything else that you ladies want to tell us about the organizations, or just anything, maybe anything upcoming that we can maybe volunteer for, anything like that?
Obviously, being in Florida, it'll be a little bit harder to volunteer, but James and I have talked about possibly start getting a flag football tournament out in San Antonio, or some kind of event out there that could really kick off out there besides the Day of the Volunteer. So anything like that. I know he's really starting to hit hard out there of growing us, and we've done $226,000 in research grants since 2020. So, and honestly, I started in 2020, but we didn't fund our first grant since 2022. So it's really been 2 years that we've been able to do $226,000 through the Children's Oncology Group. And it's because of people like you guys. It's our community. It's you guys asking us to get on the podcast. It's local radio shows, people showing up to our events. I mean, I always say, like, I'm behind Fourth and Gold. My name's behind it, but I'm nothing without you guys and the support that everyone offers us. So it's just always, we're so grateful for any kind of exposure we can get, whether it's one person on a podcast or whether it's 5 million viewers. Like, I'm just super grateful for any kind of exposure, because I firmly believe once you know about it, you're going to do something about it. Like, nobody's going to turn their head to 4% of research funding, right? We all connect with kids. We all know a kid. We're parents, we're cousin, like, you're just not going to turn away from that. So I just think awareness is the biggest thing, and getting traffic on our social medias and our website and things like this. And we're strictly volunteer based, and myself included. I work full time as a nurse. And so I just couldn't do this without people like you guys. So I really appreciate you guys having us on.
Absolutely. No, it's our pleasure. And, like I said, we will do everything we can to get the word out and get as many ticket sales through that link, so that we can get as much money over to both y'all's organizations.
Awesome.
And help y'all out. And it doesn't have to stop this week. I mean, this is something that, whenever you need some help, you just let us know and we'll get the word out.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Appreciate
Of
it.
course. Wait, can I give them the news?
Yes, do it.
Do
Okay,
it.
so.
Well, okay, go ahead.
What? Okay.
I'm building suspense.
Well, I wanted to let you both know, Jennifer and Aaron, that you both have been selected for this upcoming game to be the Game Ball Delivery honorary captain. So,
Oh wow.
Wow.
you will
Okay.
be presenting the
Let's
Game Ball.
go.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
James,
Right.
yes, James will be
How
getting
fun.
with you guys. I know he's on a flight right now, but I'm sure he'll get with you guys
Yeah,
sometime
he'll
this week to
contact
give you
y'all.
more.
Mhm.
But
Wow.
congratulations, we're
Thank
excited
you.
to
That
see
is
you
so
guys.
fun.
That is so
Yes.
awesome.
Thanks.
So look out for us because we'll definitely be. A few of us are in section 108, so you'll definitely be
Yeah.
walking by us.
Look
And I'll
for
make
a
sure-
giant sombrero, basically.
Awesome.
Two giant sombreros.
Yeah.
Well, but the problem is there's going to be two others on the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make
Yeah.
sure James escorts you and at least let
Yeah.
us meet you both in person.
Yeah, I'd love to meet
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
yes,
I'd love
please,
to meet y'all.
please.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again,
Awesome.
we thank you so much for just everything that you both are doing
Thank you.
for childhood cancer and just getting the
Mhm.
awareness out. And I mean, that's the Lord's work. So we love what you're
Yes,
doing.
ma'am.
We'll definitely make sure to get the word out for you both. And we're excited to see you both at the game
Yeah,
and to
we're
help
Yes, very
help the
definitely.
cause for sure.
How
But
can I
other than that,
watch this podcast when we're all done? Like,
yes, you can
Yes.
catch us on Facebook. It'll be there.
Okay.
On YouTube. If you just look up Horns Forward
Horns Forward,
podcast.
okay.
On Twitter,
Podcast,
X,
Twitter,
whatever
yeah.
it's called.
so when
you
I
can
jump
find
off of this now, I can get back on like as a viewer on live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you sure
100%.
can. Mm-hmm. And
Awesome.
if you ever want to watch it back or share it to your pages, go to YouTube and the recordings will be there also.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you again so much, ladies. I'm going to put you in the back and you're more than welcome to hop
Yeah.
off. But
All right.
Guys,
Thank you so much for having
Thank
us.
See
you
you guys
guys
this
so
weekend.
much.
Can't wait to
Thank
meet
you.
you
Thanks
guys.
Yes.
and go Brahmas.
Go
Brahmas.
Brahmas.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Let's go.
Woo.
All right.
Bye.
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 And
Awesome.
we're back.
So you all heard it there. You know, get your tickets. The QR code is there on the screen. We have a special code for this
Mhm.
game. I know the Brahmas already have a BOGO deal, but this is a special
Mhm.
BOGO deal that we have with the ticket office for viewers of the Horns Forward podcast.
Yeah, I'll leave it up.
And
leave it up the whole
look,
thing.
When you check out using this one here, make sure you use promo code CURE, and part of the proceeds of every ticket purchased through that link will go back to both Fourth and Gold and Discovery Camps, helping out kids with cancer. So let's help them out. Let's get them the help that they need, and let's get these kids the help that they need, and show them that us Brahmas as a community, San Antonio as a community, that we really do mean when we say community.
Mhm.
We really are one giant
Mhm.
familia.
Absolutely.
And this is a twofold benefit, right? You get to do something good for your community, and you get to come watch an incredible football game. Buy
Oh, yeah.
one, get one, right? So you can invite your friends, you can invite your family, you can invite everybody that you know. Get these tickets, get them at the special price, make the difference. Come check out what UFL football is all about with the San Antonio Brahmas, and see why this community is becoming such a tight-knit community. Because as Jorge said, right, this truly is family. We take this seriously. And so one of our family members reaches out, we make it happen. DJ, go. Oh, I thought you were holding
You
up.
said Jorge, so I was pointing up at
Right.
you pointed to me.
Well,
so I, was
I
pointing
said
at
Jorge, right?
Yes.
You gotta roll it.
you pointed over this way, so I'm just pointing up.
I was just pointing in general.
Okay, cool.
I'm doing the talking finger now.
Got it.
I'll leave everything scrolling and the QR code for the entire podcast. I've already linked it in the chats, and you'll find it after the podcast is done. I'll post another post with everything on there, so you can just click and it'll take you straight to it. But
And you know, and just so that everyone knows, I know people like to hear the weekly trash talk of the week from the mariachi, but I feel like the Battlehawks already do a good enough job of embarrassing themselves. So I'm gonna focus on this instead, rather than focusing on them.
Don't worry, folks. I'll be taking over for this one.
There
This
you
one's
go,
okay,
mine.
wait.
This one is mine.
Y'all can wait till the end for that. I want
Yeah,
to talk
oh, yeah.
about.
Oh yeah.
We
And in fact-
need to talk about the. I know. Okay, I know DJ can't input too much, especially like our traveling, but I definitely
Yes,
want to
talk
hear
about
what
it, talk
he
about
sees.
it.
Okay, yeah.
So
Let's talk about.
let's
Go
talk.
ahead. Go ahead.
We
Talk
told
about from the
we told
beginning.
Memphis that they
From the
weren't ready
beginning,
for us.
7 a.m.
Yeah, we told Memphis they weren't ready for us. And
Oh yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna need some I told you so shades. And
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
need
There you go. Get with
There
the
you go.
program, baby.
I told you so shades for today.
Okay.
Yeah, these are the
Oh,
extra
man.
special
I
I
ain't got
told
my
you so
shades.
shades.
Y'all want to
Because
leave me out.
Memphis was not ready at all for us.
The fact is, if you go back and watch the
Y'all so
replay
lame, man.
from ESPN on ESPN Plus, you will hear the Brahmas fans more than you will hear Memphis fans. Like,
What-
you will
wait,
hear,
wait.
Well, I think,
8 against 8,000 plus.
yeah,
and we won.
I think we need to back it up a little bit further.
Yeah,
Oh
back it
yeah,
up a little
let's
further,
let's back it up to Friday at 7 a.m.
Jackie got some tea. I heard a lot of snoring.
Look, all I gotta say is it was nice to know that we travel well together, because you
Mhm.
never know how you travel with people you've never, like, we hang out, but 10
Yeah.
hours on the road is, and then being
12.
under 112, and then being
12.
under one. Well, yeah, because we had to stop a bazillion times.
Yeah. Why?
How was the Airbnb?
The Airbnb, okay, it was small, but it
Great.
worked well for us. I
It
mean,
worked
everyone
out.
had a spot.
However,
Go ahead.
Men
Go ahead.
don't really complain.
However, the Airbnb, I think, gave us at least part of the key to our victory
Oh yeah.
on
No,
Saturday.
Talk about it.
That's right.
Touchdown Jesus.
We found Touchdown Jesus out in the
I'm
yard.
gonna step away for a second. I'm gonna go grab Touchdown Jesus.
Yeah.
We
So
literally found like
a
a
little
little 4-inch Jesus statue in the front yard when we got
at
there.
random.
Just
It was
randomly.
it was on game day. It was the morning of game
It was
day.
no, like, we didn't find
It
it,
was
when we
morning
got there.
of. Jesse
Yeah,
found
he
it.
He appeared to us on game day.
Yep.
Jesse found it while we were all starting to load the vehicle. We made everyone touch plastic Touchdown Jesus.
Yes.
We took him with us.
Oh, he need to come with us to the dome. Then.
Absolutely.
Oh no,
Oh, he's coming.
he's our away game guy.
Okay.
For home games, we have our sage and our candles, but
Yep.
for away games, let me present you Touchdown Jesus that was in the parking lot. Oh.
So he was in the
And-
parking lot of the Airbnb.
No, yeah,
He's
and
in the
like
grass.
literally
in the front
in
yard, in the grass.
in the front
Somebody left
yard.
him there.
Abandoned by the faithless. We have faith.
Apparently.
He showed himself
So,
to us, and we won.
We took him along. We literally, I put him in my backpack. We all touched Jesus and
Yep.
said, "The Lord be with us," and we headed over.
And Jesus saves, baby, because we got that
The Lord
2019
saved us.
victory.
Let's go.
Amen.
Okay, let's talk about though, like tailgating though, because
Let's talk about the trip into
okay,
the
let's talk
tailgate.
about it.
Okay.
That was horrendous. Let me tell you what. For
It
being 4 minutes away from the stadium, the traffic was ridiculous. Like,
Well, they had 3 events going out of that parking lot at the
Yeah,
same
Yeah.
time.
They had
Mhm.
a 5K. They had AAU basketball games, and then they had the Showboats game.
Next to the
All
stadium.
All in
all
the
in the
same parking lot.
Like,
all
yeah.
parking lots.
yeah.
And I think the other events had more people at them than the game did.
The AAU basketball games did for sure.
Yeah.
They
And
only
then-
had one parking lot for
All
the
all the
UFL.
venues.
Yep.
for
Somebody
us.
100% did not follow instructions and tried to rush a light and was hanging out in the middle of the intersection. So we had to go make
Oh, dude,
2
he-
illegal U-turns.
Who Brian did that?
No, that was me.
No, that was
Okay.
Jay right there.
But the Memphis locals applauded me for having the guts to
They
just
did.
do
It was so funny. And then we did like a hoppy thing. Like they were in front of us, but I had the ticket passes, the parking passes. So then we had to go and hop in front of them.
Yep.
They were like, "What the heck?" And then we were so
Y'all
bold.
doing the
Like,
Macarena.
Yep.
I had my Vamos Brahma sign up against the window. They had the flag
They
hanging
had a
out.
flag hanging out. That's right.
Just the 8
these
strong
tans.
that were going in.
Oh, it was so much fun. So we
Yeah,
go ahead, Jackie. No,
you
it's
go
yours. It's yours.
No.
Okay.
Stop it.
So
take a drink.
we pull in, right? We find a place to park next to some people that are tailgating. Because we came in loud as can be, flags flying, raising all kinds of noise, like doing what Texas does, right?
Mhm.
And-
Doing what we always do at the Alamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically.
Some Memphis fans saw us and they're like, "Oh, we got to come talk to these guys." And it was a couple of older gentlemen, real nice, real easygoing. They offered us mimosas in the morning.
Yeah.
But
This
we pull
was a
in, we
great
get out.
uniter, I will
Yeah.
say.
And
Converter.
we talked to them for a little bit, and we talked to some other folks that pulled in next to us. But we saw a larger group, and so we decided to start meandering through the parking lot and meeting people.
Yeah.
And wound up talking to this incredible group of people. There was probably about 10, 12 people there.
Mhm.
Kids running around, reminded us a lot of our tailgates without kind of the coolness of our tailgates.
No
we've got
offense.
all that open space, and we block off stuff. They had like center islands and stuff, so the kids were at least
Yeah.
able to play.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of a
Safely.
big disorganized mess, but they were very accommodating. They offered us breakfast burritos. They offered
Everyone was so nice.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
How was the
dang
burritos
nice.
though?
Friendly people.
us. Oh, I don't know.
They're,
Oh, okay.
Jesse
Let
and I
him touch
had them.
Oh my god.
They weren't. I mean, they weren't Texas burritos. Obviously, they're like the.
Hold on,
fake
what they had in it?
tortillas.
Were
It
they
was just
better
breakfast
than-
one, like sausage, cheese, and egg.
I didn't get one. Were they better than Arkansas tacos?
I didn't
Oh
have
my
any of your
God.
Arkansas tacos, so I don't know.
Hold on, y'all
You
stopped at
know.
Arkansas and got tacos?
Unfortunately.
What the
Not
heck? What was that?
us.
What was that like?
No, only one of us did.
My guy up here,
Right here.
How was the
Steve's-
taco, Jorge?
We
no,
hold
call
on.
him George.
We got to lead up to
Oh,
it. We
George.
stopped for gas at a
Across
truck
the
stop.
street.
Yeah, across the street. And so we get out and he sees, across the street, there's like truck repair, auto parts, steak, seafood, tacos, and it was called I don't know.
Something.
Carlos.
Casa
It just-
Casa Carlos or
It
something.
just said Mexican restaurant on the front sign. Like, that's all
Wait,
it
wait,
said.
wait. It also sold car parts.
Yeah.
Tires.
It was
Oh my
it was a
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was an
cooking
all-in-one,
food.
baby.
It was cooking
So
food.
Jorge's
in car
like, I
oil.
gotta go try the tacos there.
I had to.
So
And then-
we're waiting though, and while he's in there getting his tacos, we're all waiting outside, and we're getting attacked by flies.
Oh
These-
my!
Oh,
And
yeah,
y'all ate from,
Arkansas
hold on, and
flies,
y'all
dude.
still ate from that place?
No, this
Not
guy
us.
did.
Oh.
He's the only one. So
You know the reason why. He just wanted to be talking mess. That's it.
yeah, he rode with us, right?
Only want to talk mess.
And we're driving down this. We jump back on the highway, and he's doing his tickety tockety face space whatever
The
You
one
know,
to pay bills.
lead up to this, right?
It pays the bills.
And
It
he's
was,
like,
he was
he's like,
working. It was a work trip.
It was working,
like-
yeah.
man, I hope this doesn't disappoint. And you could hear him opening up the plastic top. It's like the plastic top and the
Put it in
like
a pie
aluminum foil,
dish.
like pie dish thing. Yeah. And you could hear it like the plastic crackling and everything. And there's like all this buildup in anticipation. And he opens it up and he's like, damn.
Dude,
And then
they
and
gave
he's
That's
like,
how
look,
about
there's,
your
there's, there's still hope.
Did y'all
There's
take
still hope.
pictures? You took pictures of it?
Oh,
There's
he
a
took a
whole
bunch
video.
of pictures of it.
There's a video
Of the
it.
taco?
But here's where I'm
Yeah.
gonna kick it over to Jorge so he can run with it because it's really his story. Right? He
Yeah.
opens it up and he's like, damn.
Yeah, so I ordered tacos at a
Oh,
right?
real quick. Don't forget about the chips and salsa too.
Oh yeah, so they gave me chips and salsa without me even asking, and that's extra apparently, because these tacos came out to $16 for 4 of them.
And,
What in
and
the
who was
world?
the order for?
Oh, it wasn't. So they asked me what was my name. I said Jorge, and they wrote J, scribbled it out, and then wrote George on the thing, and I'm like, for real, like I'm right here.
You know what? He asked for it. He went in
No.
there
And
with
then-
already.
Uh-oh.
And then-
You already
and then-
know.
Oh, so
went
he went
to
in there
be
with an
able to-
attitude.
No,
No,
I went in
no,
there.
no.
I went
He
in
knew
there
what
nice.
he was doing. He knew that there was not going to be anywhere comparable to Texas.
Yep.
He had a mission, and he
Oh,
wanted to be
yeah.
I
like,
was
And then-
curious. I was curious.
And then the guy who wrote up the ticket took it back to the cook Tiny in the back, right?
Hey, Tiny, we want some tacos up
We
in the
were
front.
in the we were in the car behind him, going. I was fully expecting to be like, all right, here's my review of them, and just see like the tacos fly out the window.
The whole pie dish just fly out.
That's what we
What do
expect.
you do with
in the
tacos
car.
in Arkansas?
I
Toss
don't
them out the
litter.
window.
I don't litter.
Hold on, but what is Arkansas known for? Like, are they good? Are they known for
Oh,
barbecue?
hey, tacos.
Oh no!
Jorge knows
know
this
that,
one
I know
now.
that.
I know the answer because my boy Parker Romo told me.
Well, he from Arkansas?
Oh yeah.
Spicy leg
Oh
Parker.
my god.
Yeah, he told me. He goes, "There's Arkansas is known for 2 things: Walmart and the Razorbacks, and that's it."
Dang.
He goes,
And
and,
they-
and you want to be in the northwest part of the state. That's
Yep.
really the only place you want to be at. So we were in the
Back
wrong
to the
part of the
tacos.
state. But anyway,
Back to the
back to
tacos.
tacos. The meat was flavorless. I tasted more lemon than the meat. And I basically got a plate of cilantro and grilled or cold
So it's not
grilled
cilantro?
onions. What?
It's like parsley, like
It's
Mexican
not
parsley.
called cilantro.
Oh,
Cilantro.
he did try to order in Spanish, and they couldn't.
I
do
tried to
it.
order in Spanish, and they said,
Huh?
"Yeah, like I had to order and I had to switch to English." So,
What?
So yeah,
Yeah?
it was just a bad experience all around. Don't recommend if you're ever in Arkansas. Don't trust the tacos. Sorry,
They
I'm
give
sorry.
you the diet
I'm
taco.
sorry. I'm sorry.
They
You're
said
gonna-
this guy needs the corn tortillas. Those are diet
However-
tacos.
However, I don't think he learned his lesson from the first one that he ate.
Thank you,
'cause
ma'am.
As we're driving down the road, probably about
Also,
another 20,
Y'all
30
did have to do a
miles.
lot of bathroom talks from the bathroom stops from the group chat. I'm
That's
like,
not
"Why
our
are you
fault.
stopping for the bathroom every
It
10
was
minutes.
actually
Jorge,
not-
can we hit the next exit? I gotta pee.
Well, that wasn't actually him, but
That wasn't our vehicle. I'll say
Yeah.
that. It was not
Yeah.
BD,
That one was-
me and
that one was
Jesse.
mine on the way back. I'll take the hit for that one. But so Jorge eats the first one. Very disappointing experience. Spends the next 20
He
minutes
bought-
making
he
and
bought 4 of
editing.
them, that's right.
Yeah. It spends the next 20 minutes
It's
making and
$16.
editing this
I'm not
video
gonna
because
waste the food.
$16, right? He's going to get his business
He
expense
wanted
out
to
of
go to
this
the
thing.
bathroom.
And then another maybe 10, 15 minutes goes by. And then I hear, and I look over, the lid's opened. He's diving in for another taco.
Oh,
And I'm like,
Lord.
dude,
I
we're
was
not going to
hungry.
make it to the rest stop if you eat this next taco.
He was trying to murder his intestines.
And he
I put him
did.
through the test.
However-
I put him through the test.
There was a
That's the
discovery
old
that we
Arkansas
found.
peanut right there.
Yeah. There was a discovery that we found at the Airbnb that made everything so much better.
Oh
We'll
man,
talk about that
Let's
in a
talk
little bit.
about, well,
You wanna talk about it now?
Yeah. I mean, I got some pics too from our tailgating and some of the new friends.
Let's say
That
so
we
you
made.
did
Let's
a
put those
water
up
party?
first, and then we'll do the shameless, unsponsored plug for the invention that we discovered. That's been around for probably about 40 years now.
Man, mine's coming in on Wednesday. Just saying.
Oh my gosh. Let me see.
Oh yeah. We'll deal with the. And I got some words for you, Battle Chicken. We'll deal with you in a bit.
Battle chicken.
I would say the Hawks are coming for us, maybe, but the Hawks aren't coming. Like that's just the facts.
Oh,
So-
somebody donned a sombrero.
Hey, I lent it out. You know, they wanted to be part of the familia, so we converted
Yep.
a couple fans.
Oh yeah,
This is-
they were drinking beer. They had Brahma beer in their hand. You know
It
what
was
I
little
will
San
say?
Antonio there.
The Brahma babe was trying to give out her sticker to those little kids, and they were true showboaters. They told her, "No, I don't want your
Ooh.
sticker."
Boom. Hey, but they took
And
my
she's
beer,
like,
not the kids, but they took my
Yeah.
beer, no problem.
And she was like, "You know what? I can respect that. You're loyal to your team." So this was one of the big groups that we ended up with, where they gave us mimosas. They just, again, the hospitality was amazing. They were very, very nice to us. Let me see, because y'all remember that other. Before we get into the best invention out there, let me find this one. This is how you know. This is how you know you are in Memphis.
Uh-oh.
Right. Oh yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, that was on
What
the
in
back of.
world?
That was on the back. Someone was like, "Hey, yo, come here. If you I need to use the toilet, I got
No,
one. I
they
got
did
you."
not, bro.
They sure
Yes,
did.
They 100%
They sure
did.
did.
They
100%.
100%
They
did.
sure
I almost
did.
used it. I almost used it.
I was
Glad-
like,
How
What
But
I
they
would-
told him
attach-
they
how
asked
they
them.
attach?
It's on the little hitch thingy, and they basically said as long as we got a shovel, you could dig your own hole. And
Shovel or a bucket.
5-gallon bucket. Oh, you know, hey, we got
My goodness.
Keith in the
This
chat.
is
He was
goodness.
one of the crew, and actually, yeah, he was the one. He did not drink the Brahman beer. He was like, "Nope, not for me." But
Yep.
everyone
And-
else did. But hey,
And you missed out on a
you guys are
delicious
awesome.
beer.
Thank you.
yeah,
hey,
hey,
you missed
hey, guess what? We got a couple of them hooked on some Hood Rat dips while we were there.
Oh, that's
Uh-oh,
true.
uh-oh.
They did.
The unofficial sponsor of this
Unofficial.
UFL podcast.
Of all
Unofficial
UFL fans
podcast.
everywhere.
Of UFL
but-
fans
The,
everywhere.
the official Chamoy San Antonio Brahmas fans everywhere. There we go.
Yeah, so we got them.
Because they ain't got it in Arlington, I'll tell you that much.
Bro,
But-
there's no way.
There's no amount of chamoy that can drown out the taste of those tears up there. So that's why they don't.
Well,
do
wait,
it.
okay, that'll kind of segue into the best invention ever. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Well,
So-
are we really gonna talk about the squatty potty?
Yes. Thanks for blowing
Everybody
our
needs to
segue.
know. Everybody needs to know about the squatty potty.
So from all humans all over the United States, this is the advertisement for that.
No joke.
Oh heck
No
yeah!
joke. And I didn't
The
even get to
smoothest-
use it.
Not
Ever.
paid. Not
So
paid
who
advertising.
used it?
Just about everybody else except
Oh
me.
my goodness,
Okay.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I mean
'cause-
literally.
Because
That house
Jay
was-
does not.
that house was on
Jay-
fire, man.
Jay does not. We learned a lot of things about Jay. Jay ain't
Yes.
gonna do business in the house. He left. He would leave to go do business, so he didn't get to experience.
So what you go to the
The
truck
podcast.
with the
He
toilet?
went to Starbucks and blew up
Starbucks.
their toilet, their bathroom.
Yeah.
You walked to Starbucks?
He's got
No, I drove. I'm not walking in Memphis.
he throws the squatty potty over his shoulder, goes to Starbucks, does it, and comes back.
Unlike the song, it's walking in Memphis. It's not recommended, apparently, from what we've been told.
In certain areas. You know, every town has its dicey areas. Memphis
He's not
may
the
have a
only
few
one
more.
though. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people that's like Jay, like they don't like to do it around people or do it in public and stuff. So
Well, it's not that.
Well-
my biggest thing is the whole
We're talking
use
about.
of public toilets in
yeah.
general.
But talk about the potty squatty.
Okay.
And so basically, it's like this. It looks like a step stool. Like almost, you think it. Like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's for a kid." But then I realized what it was, and it
Oh,
literally.
he was like, you thought she was
you
in heaven,
pull it
huh?
out. You pull it out, and it makes sure like when you
You put your
sit,
feet
you
up
put
and
your
then-
feet up on it, and it
Hold on.
it helps.
So this is the question: Who bought one since y'all left? Who bought one from Amazon? Oh, see, there it is. Look. Oh,
I
Jay
have
got
not.
one. Hold on, Jay. So did you take the squatty potty to Starbucks?
Did you test it out? He
No.
tested it out probably. He was like, he probably sat down and just said, "Oh, okay,
No, but
I see
but-
what you're talking about."
7 out of 7 reviews. I mean, come on. Go wrong.
Oh, he
man.
thought
Fully
the-
endorse
He
it.
bought the bootleg squatty potty. If it's only 7 reviews.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm making it myself out of 2x4s."
The one I got, it's called like the Shorty Dumpy or something like that. I don't know.
But I cannot
right.
believe we're talking about squatty potties to 30 people. We'll talk about
Yeah,
the game.
okay. Yeah, let's get to the game. Okay,
We talk about
so-
squatty potties. That's the game. That's the game. We talk
Let's
about
talk about
squatty
this
potties.
game. Let's talk about this game, y'all.
Hey, y'all
Let's-
celebrities though, low key. Well, hacky, y'all celebrities.
Well, you
No.
know what? I just hope
Mm-mm.
that
Don't you
the
put that on
rest
me,
of
Ricky
this,
Bobby.
I hope that we just represented 2-0 in the fan base, that everyone felt proud that it was just 8 against that entire stadium.
8
The
against
amount-
8,000.
The amount
Well-
of heckling. And Jay was literally almost
So-
the entire game
How did they
facing
get
the
on?
opposite way,
So-
pointing
so-
and talking.
so-
How did they
Let's
get
say-
SAJ loud mouth for the South
Jay
all
had
riled
his
up?
back talking crap to the fans.
Oh
and
man,
trying
it
Yeah,
was
let's-
coming every
let's say-
angle.
let's
Every
say
angle.
I'm looking at the field, right? Let's say the camera is the field, right? This is what I saw pretty much the whole part of the game.
Holly.
He was talking like literally in every corner, no matter where you look. Way over in this corner, way over in this corner. They were just in our ear, in our ear.
I know they
we
were
had
talking
one.
big junk when we was down.
Our
Oh,
friends.
the whole all 3.5,
Well-
quarters, all the way up till.
Okay, so again, in all fairness, right? Because I want to make sure that we're giving credit where credit is due.
Olay,
we-
Mississippi.
Ole
Yeah,
Miss.
Ole, Mississippi.
We'll
Ole
get to
Miss.
that in a second.
Yeah, y'all gotta. Yeah, what's that about?
The-
Go ahead.
The people that we were tailgating with, they came in and they were kind of in the section that we were with, right? They were taking jabs, but it was all in fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then because of those folks, we met some other folks, and they were taking jabs, and again, it was all in fun. And
All in fun.
then some teenagers, you teenagers, man, I'm telling you.
The Ole Miss
Oh yeah, those
teenagers.
teenagers right there in that corner,
The
right?
Ole Miss.
Yes.
They
Ole
challenged.
Miss.
They challenged us that they were going to be louder than us, and they were when their team was on offense.
Hold on.
Oh,
So is that supposed to be Ole Miss? Y'all
Yes.
say Ole
Yeah.
Miss?
Yes,
Oh,
but-
my God.
So-
Because they don't. That's a whole different story. I mean,
So-
you would have had to
Oh
have
my
been there.
goodness.
So-
Y'all
no,
just be
so-
making
so-
up stuff and just making this
So basically, this is a language barrier thing for me. All right. Up until I was in college, I played NCAA football, the
Wait, I'm a millennial.
PlayStation,
Hold
all
on.
that. Yeah, I played NCAA football on my PS2, on my Xbox, and I would always see Ole Miss. And I was like, why is there a team called Ole Miss? I don't understand. And I saw that, and it wasn't until I went to college where someone corrected me. It was like, no, it's not Ole, dude, it's Ole Miss. And I was like, oh, so I didn't learn that it was Ole Miss until I was like 20.
I know y'all wasn't saying that out loud to them.
I told them.
Oh, yeah.
They had
100%.
They had a check there.
100%.
And I was like, just so you know, I thought that said Ole Miss until I was like 20 years old when I was in college. Because, like, I speak Spanish, and that says Ole.
That would be my system, the Atari 2600.
Yeah, I played on that one too.
Yeah.
Oh wow, y'all telling y'all age.
So, like, I admitted that I called Ole Miss, and those teenagers, instead of showing up in Showboat's gear, they showed up in their Ole Miss sweatshirts, and they challenged me before the game. They said, I told them, I was like,
during happy hour.
Yeah,
we're getting happy hour beers.
They told me, they said, I said, y'all don't know the crazy we're about to bring, all right?
Yep.
We are different kind of crazy in San Antonio. And they're like, I bet you we can outdo you. And like, did they? No. But when they tried, their team was on offense. So it actually helped us out. So
Yeah,
Right.
it was
Right.
so
They
crazy.
They
kind
don't
of
understand the etiquette.
In all
No,
fairness,
they were trying to out cheer us. So when we were on defense, we were starting to defense.
Defense.
The
And they would go,
third- And
offense.
so during the class, they were
Offense.
yelling
Making it
offense.
worse.
And so,
oh,
Yeah.
100%.
hey, y'all come at it.
Oh,
you know,
somebody scared of QR code.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
whoever, thank you for scanning the
Thank you for
QR
scanning
code.
the QR code. Thank you.
Awesome.
We get a little notification. That's
but-
cool.
Okay, we high speed in here.
Yeah, in all fairness, those kids that were talking trash while we were in line to get, beers and whatever during happy hour, they were getting like the milk cartons and the juice boxes and stuff. So they weren't. Oh, let's talk
We'll
about the
get
rip
to
curve around the world.
Wait.
Okay. Let's finish.
Wait,
let's
Jesse
finish.
coming in here dropping all the nuggets, man.
Jesse
I
got
have
the
pictures.
cheese man,
I got
baby.
the evidence. I got the evidence of the Ripper
Yes.
Horde around the world.
So
I heard
I'll be right back.
twice.
yeah. So your boy SAJ is throwing hands up, talking, mess, interacting, right? And keep in mind, guys, I mean, we're losing pretty much this
The
entire
entire
game.
game.
Yeah.
The
And I'm
entire
still
game.
like,
Oh, yeah, it is.
hey, that was a great catch, but don't count us out, right?
There's still time. There's still time.
We actually met, there was a gentleman who 100% I am envious of. His name is Jeremy Elkins. I don't know if he has like a super fan name or anything like that, but this cat 100% showed up in full Memphis Showboats uniform.
Yeah,
and I don't mean
helmet
just
and
like
everything.
helmet,
Well, that-
pads,
how he got
the
that.
pants,
I wanted to find out.
everything, right? And we actually invited him to be on the podcast tonight, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it. We're hoping that maybe at some other point we can connect with him. But he was being so cool, so gracious, right? He was interacting with us, having fun with us, wasn't saying anything messed up. And keep in mind, this cat had the helmet on the entire time.
He was dope.
His
Entire
team's
time.
Wait,
his
what kind of
team's
helmet was it?
players are on the
Like a
sidelines.
player helmet. And it had a visor.
It was like
Really?
A dark
100%.
visor.
helmet.
Yeah.
How you get that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
That's what I wanted to ask him.
You have to remember, USFL had better gear than technically we did last season, so their jerseys look a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Like they
But-
were more put. USFL did, unfortunately,
Mhm.
was more put together.
I
in the
don't think
merch
they
area.
sold like game helmets though, and I'm just like, oh, hey, how much for a Brahmas helmet? I'll be willing to pay for one surplus.
Yeah. So 100%, man. I mean,
Wait,
this
Surplus.
you
guy,
mean in 2020, right? Not
well, I
last
don't,
year.
we
Yeah, I
don't
know,
know.
last
It
year.
could have been from
the
last
jersey,
year.
the jersey, the gear.
Again, we don't know.
Yeah,
we
we
have
don't
not had
know.
a chance to talk to him to ask him any of these questions yet. But he showed up in current looking gear, helmet and everything, sat in his seat, got up when he needed
He
to, sat
probably
down when he
played for
needed
the
to.
team and just was like, "Let me sit on the side because I think we're gonna lose."
Maybe. I mean, who knows?
He sat up with the fans and said,
yeah, said with the fans.
He wasn't necessarily a little dude.
What was he,
So,
coach?
but
Down the field.
so SAJ's doing his thing, talking trash. I've got like probably 4 sections shooting stuff back and forth at me, right? Jorge's getting, our side riled up when he needed to. And my man
"Oh wait,
decided to
what? I want to tell you what riled up
Oh
on him
my
more than
goodness,
anything.
Jesse! Did you
let
just
me
see
tell
what
you what.
Jesse said, too?
We're not talking about that.
Who did that, Jay?
No,
Oh,
I'm
no.
driving, dude.
There,
Oh, my
we can.
goodness.
There may
There was
or may
a
not.
point that somebody was squatting and was
There-
trying to moon us.
Hey,
and we luckily
there
were
you
in the
go.
exit
Hey,
lane.
there he is.
There you go. Show this. That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
Hey, Jeremy.
Jeremy, thank you
Hey,
so
yo.
much again for your graciousness.
Look, there
Jeremy,
he goes. The
excellent
end
host.
zone helmet.
hook me up with my
Send
homie
him
Carlos.
the link. Send him the link.
Yeah, you
So he can
message
see if he
us.
can join.
He
Yeah.
just told you that he said he just got a quick second. I know
Yeah.
he had other stuff to do today.
Jeremy, message us Carlos's information, and yes, absolutely,
It's right there. We'll save this. We'll go back and we'll visit it. But Jeremy,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Jeremy.
That's right,
Oh,
Marlon.
yes.
He took
he
the
did.
Eclipse of Memphis. But
There-
luckily, none of us had to witness it. So he was
Well-
squatting in the back. Well, maybe y'all, but the other vehicle did not. We just were laughing hilariously because he was just squatting in the back. I'm like, look at him. He's all prepared to moon us and he can't do it. He's just
That's why you
waiting.
guys kept slowing down.
Yes.
Nobody
It's
wanted to
odd.
see that.
Because I wanted
Nobody
to
wanted
tap
to
the
see
brakes even and get you guys to overshoot, but I didn't want Jorge to overshoot into the front seat.
But anyways,
It was good stuff.
going back to the rip heard around the world.
Oh,
as
wait,
you
wait,
saw,
wait, wait,
Well,
wait.
let's
Let me
talk
show the
about what riled
picture.
you up to get you to the rip.
Oh
around
yeah,
the world.
yeah. Well, because look, Memphis they'll do two different sounds. So they'll have an actual boat sound that
I
they
heard
play over
every
the
one of 'em.
intercom,
Yeah.
but you didn't hear the noise. So we were right next to these
Ah.
dancers,
the high
and they
squad
had
ate
this.
me.
They had this
The
little
foghorn.
thing. The
The High
foghorn.
Squad
He
turned
was
into a
like
Death Squad.
every time. That's not a boat horn. That's a train horn. Like
He was
That is
big
a
mad.
yelled it every time, and they would do
All
it
game
straight
long.
at us.
They,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
they
bro,
would do it at us
shut
because
up.
I just called them out because I'm like,
Every
you
time.
guys say toot toot, not choo choo. Get it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
crazy.
You know that was a train horn, and so then
So
they
then,
Wait. It is a 2-stage rip though, because
So-
technically
the first stage rip was me lifting up the ice chest into
pregame.
oh, I didn't know
pregame.
that's happening.
Yeah. So I ripped.
This is
So you
why
were already
it ripped.
ventilating going
so
in.
I ripped.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh.
I apologize my language, but I ripped the gooch of my pants, right? And
You
then
sure did.
and then as I was, they did a Simba cam, right? Right there. I am trying to get on the Simba cam,
Whose big arm is that holding him safely?
and then like the Memphis people are specifically saying, do not put the camera on these people. Like, do not put the camera on them. But I didn't care. I was up on the Simba cam, and so they didn't put me on the big screen. I get down, and you
Nope.
just hear,
Hold on. That's all I heard.
and I was
But-
like, yo, I got air conditioning now.
And it was a little warm that day.
Yeah, there you go.
Preview.
Yeah.
So was it
Well,
hot?
let me. Oh yeah. Okay.
We
So
all
it
got
started.
roasted.
warm.
Every
It
one of us
started
got
out
sunburned.
really, really cold. It started out really cold, right? And they were like, "You Texans aren't used to this cold." And I said, "Don't worry, we'll bring the heat on the field." We're all like, "Look at him! Look at
We did.
BD!
Yep.
He's peak."
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jay's a nice blended,
Tan, yeah.
sun-
I'm
Yeah,
like
because you
burnt
had
on
your
my
back to the
arms.
sun the entire game.
I'm about to say he was,
Well, that's
he was
true, too.
arguing.
That's true too. In all fairness,
So,
maybe
yeah,
my
it
neck
got-
is burnt. I don't know.
It got really hot for sure, but how about let's actually talk about our guys because woo, that game was
Man.
to be there. That game was really rough to watch. I know
So-
when we got to come home and watch it back, like there was a lot of things that we exposed, like a lot of things we gotta fix.
They admitted
A lot.
it themselves. They admitted it themselves. I saw the post game conference. I saw the interview on UFL today. You know, with Chase Garbers.
Yeah.
He admitted we messed up a lot on offense.
Yeah.
We shot ourselves in the foot. We didn't execute. We didn't play good. So there was a lot of things that they exposed themselves on. And then they also admitted that the defense was, like I said before, is a bend but don't break defense, which is a very risky type of defense to run. And you saw that on display for the past 2 weeks. It is a bend but don't break defense. it is an aggressive defense. It is, the front seven, the front six, depending on the formation, they are getting in the quarterback's face. But that leaves room for down the middle of the field, those open passes.
Yeah.
And our guy, Vinny Papali, son of Vince Papali, yes, the one from the movie Invincible, who played for the Philadelphia Eagles, he was having a field day. He was having a field day against the Brahmas defense. And but they also had a lot of penalties that the Showboats shot themselves in the foot too. So there was penalties. There was penalties all around, which kind of brings me to my other point, is that I really think that the officials in general, at least for our game, I think there needs to be a little bit more practice on the officiating side.
It was sloppy.
Because it was sloppy. There was a lot of holding, a lot of
missed calls,
a lot of missed calls,
a lot of wrong calls.
And then when there were penalties that they called, they didn't know when to enforce them, as we saw at the end. When they were like, "Well, there was a pass interference. Do we enforce it on the try? Do we not enforce it?" And there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
And you can hear it in Mike Pereira's voice. He was like, "No," like he kind of had that tone. I heard it in his voice, like, why are you asking me this? This should be common knowledge. Like, it's like you should be like you decline the penalty because it was on that play, and then go on to the next play. Like, this doesn't impact the next play.
Which I thought was funny because Wade was like, "Well, I don't think that's right." I'm like, "All right, bro, you've been in coaching now. There's 55 years on the broadcast,
but
it's been like that your entire coaching career."
But on the flip side, no pun intended, Coach Flip for the Showboats at the end of the second half, or second quarter, at the end of the first half, he didn't know that the refs could change their mind on a penalty call, and decide to call it after they said no.
So it wasn't the refs changing their mind; it was Wade. They declined the penalty, and he was like, "Oh no, I want to accept it," because there was a lot of confusion about what the penalty was. So Wade decided to decline the penalty at first, and then because it was going to be third down, the last kick, whatever, for the field goal, he's like, "Oh no, never mind. I'm sorry, I want to accept it," which is that happened. We see that ball all the time.
But that's also like usually historically, once you accept or once you make a decision, it's final. You can't go back and switch it. But in the UFL, you can. And he admitted that. He's like, "I didn't know that was the rule. That's the rule. And so it is what it is. We're going to go back into the locker room, regroup for the second half, and finish out this game." Meanwhile, in the background, if you listen to that when they're saying that, you hear us going, "Ole, ole, ole, ole."
Vamos, Brahmas.
So I'm just
make
saying,
note of that.
Like, make a note of that, because that's something that I want to try to use this weekend in the Alamo Dome, and I want the entire stadium to sing it in unison and just rain on the Battlehawks, so that when they're on offense, they cannot hear, because all they hear is ole, 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 ole. They think that they got 40,000 strong. Great. We may have less numbers, but we're going to be twice as loud.
So here's the challenge, right? To our Brahmas faithful. I'm going to ask Jorge and Section 108. We're all going to kind of lean on you guys. You guys start the chant.
Absolutely.
The rest of us,
I'll make a sign.
section by section, start picking up on it. Okay? Yeah, not Ole. It's actually Ole.
Yeah. Add the E to it.
But the rest of you fans, start picking up on it. Follow our lead. I'm telling you, it is some of the most disruptive stuff that we can possibly do.
It messes with them.
One
Throw them
voice
offsides.
in unison.
Is this what I mentioned in the chat?
You did. And it was put to use.
I like that. Give my credit,
Well,
baby.
you know
Give my
what?
credit.
DJ, I want to hear from you, like you being at home and
I was gonna say.
watching, like what was it like from being at home and watching it while we were there?
Definitely, I agree.
I got your
agree.
messages.
Man, look, I agree. I was so pissed, man. Like it was definitely a lot of calls. Like, you know, when you at the game, it's a certain angle you only can see, so you can't see the
Right.
other side. And
Mhm.
y'all was super low, so
The-
you definitely
the
couldn't
empty
see
side?
the other side. Yeah, well, that too. But so when you watching on TV, we can see all 22 from that angle.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, they doing a lot of holding. The refs not making the right calls.
Oh, we could see all the holding calls.
Man, I'm talking
they're
about
ridiculous.
You can
terrible
see
calls, man.
on the broadcast, me and Jorge specifically grabbing like that and throwing our hands up, asking where the flag was.
Man, terrible. I said it on Twitter and I said it on Facebook. I said this is terrible officiating, bro. And
Yeah.
but also we did shoot ourselves in the foot a lot of times, so I can agree with
A
that.
lot.
So
Yeah.
we did do that.
There-
Clean.
there
We have
was-
to. We have a lot to clean up on defense. We have to clean that up. Offense as well. Clean it up. A lot of bogus like stuff that they was doing like after the play and all that stuff, personal
Mhm.
fouls and all that stuff. Like they gotta
they-
clean that up, man.
And they got to clean
Discipline.
up the tackling. They got to
They
clean
gotta
up the tackling.
tackle, yes.
And we
Yes.
said that last week too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh-huh.
been a consistent theme now. The tackling is a little bit
It has to get better.
suspicious. It's got to get
Definitely.
better. And that's
Definitely.
fundamentals. That's football 101.
Go ahead, Jackie.
Let me just say and highlight the man, the myth, our coach. And if you were watching it, how he coached when we got the penalty, when the player came up to him, and how he coached him and told
Oh, yeah.
him what
Yeah.
he did.
You're trying to
like-
lose the game? Yeah.
Yeah, like he tries to he doesn't yell at them, he doesn't do anything like that. He tries to give them perspective, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he makes them answer, are you trying to hurt the team?
Man,
Is that
Yeah,
what
he's
you're
like, do you want to
doing?
be selfish or do you want to help the team?
Yeah.
And
Are you going to be a
and-
man?
Yeah.
and
And
as a football player, that hurts worse than being yelled
yeah,
at.
I could only imagine how disappointed he felt in himself. Like when you
It
saw him sit
sucks.
down, and I was just like, but at the end of the day, like I applaud Coach for just how. I mean, when we
his
got to talk
composure.
to him, when we got to talk to him and how he said that he wanted to mentor these young men, and
Yeah.
now we get to see it in action. Like
Yep.
that's
truly-
just big, just overall.
And then
what-
we lost Delonte Scott early on in the game too.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
a big blow.
and
So the
and
pass
Big
rush-
Six.
Yes,
And
yes.
Dick
Alex
Six.
Mollett, yes. We lost. So it definitely would, and y'all, I know y'all watched it back, so you definitely heard what AJ Smith said before before second half, I guess, after the first half, when he was like, this is good for us. This is our first time we get in the battle,
Yep.
adversity, and
First time
try to
we've
see
been
how we
challenged.
bounce back. Yep.
Mhm.
So and I like that he did take responsibility. He was like,
Mhm.
I gotta clean up my play calling and stuff like so. I'm telling y'all, man, we got a good mob with us. Like I said, if they clean up what they supposed to be cleaning up and get better with that. Man, what about Chase on the last drive, man?
Oh man.
That man was throwing dots.
Oh no,
He was throwing
and
dots.
dude, he was truly a field general. You watch
Yes.
it back. AJ Smith is calling a play, trips right. He's like, we're on the right hash. We can't do trips right. So he
Right.
switched the play to trips left. And like that's quarterback football IQ
Yeah.
that he's recognizing, hey, he's giving me the bad play. It's up to me to correct it on the field as the
Right.
field general. He took command, he took control of the team and corrected what was being given to him. Like maybe the play was the right play. It just was called on
Just
the wrong
flip it.
side.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
flip
just
it. Yeah.
flip it. And he called it, he fixed it, and he made sure like he was running that 2-minute offense like a field. It was like, it was as much of a clinic as I would say Aaron Rodgers puts on as a 2-minute drill. And he is the king of 2-minute drills. Like,
Yeah.
whether you like the Packers or not, like Aaron Rodgers can run a 2-minute drill like nobody's business.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right.
And the funny thing is, you go back and watch the Brahmas reels from this last week.
Mhm.
That basic same play was exactly what they ran in practice, dropping that dime right in the back of the end zone for the receiver to catch. It was just a preview for what we were going to do to get that win, man. It was
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
phenomenal. I
shout
almost said
out
something else.
to Marquez Stevenson. Shout out to John J. Kirkland.
Entree, yeah. Big
And then,
game.
of course, our boy
Cody.
Cody Latimer for
Woo.
finishing the game. Like,
Yes.
them
Like a
three held
boss.
down the receiving core. Like they held it down. Like, especially Stevenson. He had a heck of a game.
Gotta credit Memphis defense too, man. They was balling.
Ooh.
out.
No,
They
absolutely.
were. They
They
were.
was balling out.
They
man.
were.
And Chase was out there cooking. Case was out there cooking. Case Cook is the
Oh yeah,
quarterback.
took us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and
Pickens
then
was
When he
cooking.
got that first
Well-
one diving on the end zone, I was like, "Oh, this about to be a long game."
Yeah.
They took-
I mean,
they
it
took
was a
off, 'cause
long game.
It was, but I know he runs a lot, so. But he
Cook
can
is-
he can kill you with the arm too. But when he take off, I was like, "Oh,
Mhm.
no, and you know, speaking of the long game, I do want to say that there has been a massive outcry from the USFL division fans saying this 4th and 12 rule is some XFL BS, and I'm like,
y'all started it."
That was their rule.
Yeah.
That wasn't the XFL rule. That was the USFL rule. So we're playing by their rules. So you
XFL
can't-
had 4th and 15.
that
Yeah.
like
Yep.
you can't get mad
I was
when
about
we're
to say
playing
that.
by your rules
Be
and then
strong.
we're doing it better than y'all. Like I'm sorry. And-
Maybe because they didn't have to do it a lot last season. It was a lot of blowouts. If you
Yeah,
watch
and the
USFL,
thing
a lot of
is
blowouts.
Yeah.
And the thing is like we know, like everyone around us was telling us, "Oh, we got this," and I'm like, "Oh, wait, I didn't forget St. Louis last year. I
Man.
ain't forgot about that."
Oh, how the tables
Uh-uh.
turn.
I'll tell you what was funny.
Wait.
It was those the Ole Miss kids. After we
Ole
scored a
Miss.
touchdown, we were gonna, our 4th for 12, whatever. Or after we got it, they were like, "Y'all only got 25 seconds. You're not gonna get it." I'm like,
It's like,
Ooh.
bro,
"Play clock. We got 48 on the board. We got this."
Man, do you know the clock stops after the first down? Do they know that? They don't know none of the rules.
All I gotta
No.
say is
No.
for all the heckling that they did when we hit that 20, the look on their faces, like when you turned around and saw all their like, what
Wait,
just happened?
wait, what
It was-
was this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
they had no idea what kind of like hit them. They were just like flabbergasted, kind of how we looked at our very first
Yeah,
game.
like what we had that feeling.
Like, what just
I
happened?
know what they felt. We know what they felt, and it sucks being on the other side of it.
Now, our newest friend, Kevin McGugan, who's a Memphis fan, he commented on Jorge's beer picture from the tailgating, because he and I have been, kind of messaging back and forth, right? He had said, we sat a few rows back behind you guys. Y'all were pretty entertaining, especially the guy who spent most of the game talking smack to everyone, right? Yours truly. I think he missed most of the game. We had fun. And so I, of course, said, who, me? Right? He said, heck yeah, you. We sat back and watched. We were laughing our butts off. Man, at the end of the game, you definitely had the bragging rights. I do remember you apologizing with about 4 minutes to go, thinking that you guys were taking the loss, which I thought at that
Jay
point-
gave up.
Yeah, I kind of lost a little bit of
See,
faith.
Never
he
give up,
was-
Jay.
He
I'll
was
take that,
telling the
but-
truth though. He was like, the whole time he's like, you may have gotten it now, but just wait. You
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah, and
the whole
I
time.
totally was telling him, hey, you guys keep playing strong so we can see you in the playoffs and find out who the real champions are, right?
Mhm.
But then he said, dang those rules. P.S. What was in that red Solo cup? And I'll never tell. But yeah, so I'll be the fan that of course talks trash and supports my team. When we get down to the crunch time like that, if it's over, right? Yeah, you know what? Hey, good game. You guys won. Congratulations. Like, I'm not gonna try and keep talking smack. If we lost, we lost. Hey, we put up a hell of a fight. Didn't work out, right? That's the kind of guy I am. This time it worked out in our favor, and I'm absolutely grateful for it. But I still want to make sure that we say thank you to our hosts, who were very gracious and
They were so
very,
great.
very warm and receptive to us. Although they left really early, kind of like the St. Louis fans
Well,
who left
Out the
early
door.
because they thought their team was done, which
Yeah.
we don't do. We stayed to the bitter
Get
end.
to the very end.
well, the thing is,
Speaking
that,
of, we'll go ahead and do yours because I want to take a shot at St. Louis here in just a second.
but I'm just saying, like, I think this past game with us going to Memphis, there was a lot of player families from the Brahmas there as well. So there was a
We were
bigger
lucky.
Brahma. There was a bigger Brahma presence than we realized that we didn't know until after the game, which was mainly
Oh, yeah.
player
Well,
families.
actually two came down when they saw who.
Oh
we
yeah,
were.
some
And
of them came
When
down.
they
to
heard
one
us,
of the
yeah.
one of the moms and one of the aunts came and sat with us with
Yeah.
our
Oh,
crowd.
and she came
Actually, I have
early.
a picture. I have a
Yeah.
picture.
But I just want to show, like, I know that there's this big XFL versus USFL rivalry, and like who's better than that. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we are
That's dope.
all in the same league, and at the end of the day, like, we can all come together and play football together and enjoy it together. Like, this just goes to show, and I can't tell you enough, like, if you have the opportunity to travel to an away game that's not Arlington or Houston, because those are a given, obviously, but to DC or to St. Louis, like, the players realize that, the coaches realize that, they see it, they feed off of that, and it energizes them more because all of them came over to us at the end of the game and just
I got one of those. Let's see.
They were so appreciative of the fact that we drove all the way from San Antonio to go watch them play.
Let me see if this will play. This was Coach. We were thankful that they came, that they let him know that, hey, you got 8 fans over there that drove over 10 hours for this game. So he came and said hi to us.
And look, we even got him his own sign right there.
Yep.
Bring your own juice. The juice just happens to be Diet Dr. Pepper.
Hey, go ahead, man.
Jorge kept putting the sombrero on him.
Well,
right.
I'm done.
He wanted the picture. They wanted the picture. So
Yeah.
So, my favorite part of that, which I didn't know it was kind of a Memphis thing, because they do it at the Grizzlies games, where they did it, after that pick where they all started chanting, whoop that trick.
Yeah.
So after the game, when all the players came over to us, well, the players actually started chanting it. So our whole, 10 people in our section were all chanting it. And
whoop that
Yeah,
chick.
because it
No,
came from
no,
it came from
much,
Hustle and Flow. If y'all know that movie, Hustle and Flow,
Yeah.
they was
Not-
in Memphis. So
Not all 10 of us did it because I had absolutely no idea what they were saying. So I'm just.
He was just-
he was just going along with it. Yeah, that was funny.
But
I was like, what? They were going crazy in the locker room.
going
it
along
was
with
so much
things,
fun. Well, but apparently, like, the Memphis fans were all mad at first, and
They
like,
were
well,
upset.
we
They
kinda
actually
started
they
it,
did
so-
that. They did it when they ejected our player. They were chanting.
Oh, that's
it.
right. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's when we first heard it. They chanted it when our guy was kicked. When who was it? Beckett. When he
Beckett,
got
Ejected.
whatever. Yeah, ejected.
Yeah.
There's the word.
Ejected for throwing the punch,
Throwing
which
the
that
punch.
was that
It was BS, man. That was BS.
It was, but
Because he
I
was
was
grabbing his
like,
jersey and doing
how are
all
you gonna
this.
have
He was
offsetting
trying.
penalties, but one guy
off,
gets
yeah.
ejected. Like,
That's
the
BS,
refs did a
man.
horrible job of
Horrible.
explaining what was going on to the fans. They would make basic calls. They wouldn't say anything, and I mean, it was even hard to hear where we were at when the refs made calls. But even watching back on the replay, like what the refs actually said over the speakers, they didn't explain crap. So that just goes back to kind of what Jorge was saying is these refs need to practice a little more and kind of learn the rules a little bit better, and explain to the fans what's going on.
And thank you to Mike Pereira and Dean Blandino for being like the dictionary.
No, why? He got waived?
So we have some late breaking news, folks. Don't know all the details necessarily. We're going to look into it and find out. But apparently we were just updated by the UFL communications department that TJ Vasher unfortunately was waived. By the way, thank you for scanning the QR code. Appreciate your donations. Thank you so much. Spread the word. Share this code with everybody.
Make sure you use the code word CURE to get that discount.
Yes.
Yeah.
But TJ Vasher has been waived by the San Antonio Brahmas, and De La Haye and
Interesting.
Millette have both been put on injured reserve for right now. So
What?
Well,
man.
I did see on Instagram that De La Haye was a little hurting after that tackle.
yeah. So
Well, hopefully
hopefully
get some rest.
Which
Yeah,
that might
hopefully get
explain
some
why
rest.
they kind of weren't going for some field goals when we thought they
I
would.
was just about to say that because I was like, it was a couple times we was in a decent field goal range, but they punt. So I was like, why are they punting? They didn't even give him the opportunity, but I figured something was going on.
He
Yeah.
was hurt.
So
He
I
did say
kind of
after the
kept
game.
track of. There were 3 times that we were in what could have been his range. Our first drive, we're on the 37-yard, which would have been about a 55-yard field goal. Supposedly that's in his range. There was that one we ended on the 41-yard line, which is a bit longer, about a 59-yarder. And then that last drive, we were on the 21. We could have kicked a field goal. That would have brought it down to what, like a, I don't know, 6-point lead or whatever. But they went for the touchdown instead. So I see that last one. The other two, I was kind of curious about as to why they didn't go for field goals, because that is supposedly within his range. But if he was hurt, then that would totally explain.
Yeah.
What I guess they didn't say who would be replacing him. We'll
be finding out, I'm sure, in the next couple of days.
Hey,
But-
if Parker Romo needs some practice before he goes to the Vikings, bro, hey, you know you always
He's
got
gonna
a
call
spot.
him.
You
Gonna
gonna
call
call
him
him?
right after.
Yep.
You know you got a spot with
Text
us,
him
brother.
right now.
I'll be like, hey,
Let Jay say what he got to say.
Yeah.
He's been trying for like
As
5
we're,
times already.
As we're getting ready to prepare for the upcoming game this weekend, and we've got some guests coming in to visit us, I went ahead and bought myself a little treat, folks. Would you
What we
like to know
got?
what it is?
Yes.
please
I
share
got
with-
myself some golden, delicious, deep fried battle chicken.
They need to dust their daggone seats. I know that.
This does not taste
I kept
anything
seeing
like
all
the
them
sadness
posts
and
about-
dust in St. Louis.
I kept seeing all them posts about the fans that's in St. Louis talking about the stadium. The seats are just dusty. Like, they took pictures
Well,
and stuff. I'm like, what the hell?
We did hear that they had like the monster trucks.
No excuse.
No
Because
excuse.
we have Monster Jam in Alamo Dome.
But that just shows you how clean we are.
Take a leaf blower. Take a leaf blower to that dome before. You know what?
It's not gonna matter.
Somebody posted in one of the groups that they were getting the dome ready for the whole week before. Man, you had a week to get it ready. You
That's
can
where
clean
y'all
the seat.
championship's gonna be.
That's
I guess-
terrible.
What matters right
We're
now
bringing our own.
is
our
this
own
is
Duster
revenge
Busters.
season. St. Louis,
Period.
you're coming back to our house. You are not going to
Hashtag.
sneak a 4th and 15 in on us, because we're going to put the throttle down. We're going to stomp on your necks, and we're going to hold you down the entire game. This is our game. This is our house. We're taking it back, and then we're going to take it to your house and show you how a real football team plays football. This season is ours. Bet on it, right? You guys are 1-1
Jay, you got a
against
little
some.
You got a little bit of chicken on your.
I got a little bit of battle chicken on me, because we're going to be
Yeah, you got a little
Brahma's
bit of battle
going to
chicken
be
on your
tearing
there.
through St. Louis. Bet on it. Be
I
ready.
just-
I've got some golden St. Louis battle chicken right here. I'm going to be cooking up some delicious battle chicken fajitas this week in preparation for you guys. Come on down and see us. Seriously, now let's put the trash talking aside.
No, yeah, I got one more thing. I just want to remind them they struggled against the Renegades. You know, I'm just saying.
We ain't the Renegades.
I know, but I'm saying the Renegades are like the Guardians.
This is mine. This is mine, right?
He said, "This is mine."
Yeah, because this is my trash talking. You're not going to
This is
overtake
his-
it with your
this is-
Arlington hate.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But in
Give
all
him the
seriousness,
spotlight.
though, for all the folks that do come down, and we hope that you guys do come down, right? San Antonio is trying to give you guys a run for your money, and I really think that we have kind of overtaken you guys as far as the best travel team. But we want to see you guys come down here. Our tailgate is open to you. We definitely are going to have fajitas on the grill. We're going to have cold beer in the cooler. Some of that delicious Golden Brahma beer tastes just like the victory that we're going to have on Sunday. And but come on down and see us. Come hang out with us. Our tailgate will be open to everybody. We'll all walk in together as friends. We'll talk trash in the game, and then we'll come out as friends. Okay.
But we'll be the winning friends.
We'll be the winning friends, and just mark it that we are frenemies, and that's perfectly okay, because we're getting this win. This is our revenge season. We're going to beat you guys at our house, and then we're going to take it to you at your house also. So be ready, clean the place up for us, or at least give us some N95 masks or something, because I don't want to get sick when I'm in St. Louis.
Yeah,
and then
I'm
be ready to
going
watch
there.
us represent the XFL in the
I got
championship game
respiratory
where we
issues
win
already.
also. Okay,
So-
and when we do win, and those long shot odds pay off for us, we're going to be partying in Vegas on you hater dollars. Bet on it.
Bet.
We did. You did.
Now,
Oh, I 100% did.
I think we should wrap up the show today with the unfortunate segue that we have to talk about our trip to Arlington.
Yes. Charter bus people. I've reached out to everyone that has voted on the charter bus. We do not have a full charter bus at this moment. We still have about 26 seats open to even get a full one. So if we don't get at least, I think the minimum is at least 49 people to fill a smaller charter bus. If we can't get the 49, unfortunately, we won't be able to do the charter bus at all because the costs, I mean, not unless you guys are willing to pay the little bit higher cost, but it will be a lot higher than we were anticipating. So
Step up.
I
San
will put
Antonio.
out another post because I would still love for at least one busload of us to go up there. We if, at the end of the day, if the charter bus does not work out, we will still do a group ticket, which I will make sure to take care of. That way, we're all still sitting together because there is still a group of people that voted. They just yes, in the shade with our shades. But there is a group of people that just wanted tickets only. So just to let you know, I will put another post out in hopes that my hope was to try to get this done by the end of the week. And yeah, I'll put another post out and get another fill. But if you have not responded to me yet, please do, so I can make sure you're part of it. Because once I fill up one bus, that's it. I won't even attempt to try to fill a second one because the cost will just be way too much at that point. So don't miss out. We're going to have lots of fun either way. So
we have secure parking now.
We do have secure parking. Alamo Beer has opened up their parking lot for us to be able to park our cars safe and securely, considering that same night is Fiesta Flambeau night. So they were very gracious in saving us some spots at their parking so that way we can attend the game on a charter bus and air conditioned and being pampered up to the game. So
yep,
you guys just reach out to me. And again, I'll post something else. I'll post another one to see if maybe any new interest is there, but we need about 26 more people to fill out this bus, and then we at least go in one bus. So come on, friends, let's do
San
this.
Antonio, we're the Brahmas.
Come the same day.
Yep.
Go and come the same day.
Yep, you ain't got to drive. You can take a nap. So load the bus up. But more importantly, this weekend, we need to fill the dome. Let's fill the dome, y'all. Scan that code right there.
We will be pushing out that code nonstop all week because it goes to such a good cause. And we want to make sure that we help out not only our friend James Carr, who is, the GOAT of the ticket reps, but he is also, Fourth and Gold and Discovery Camps, helping out the kids with cancer and doing all this stuff for a great cause. So if you want to make an impact by just attending a football game and bringing a friend for free, this is your opportunity to do so. And I guarantee you, if you have not been to a Brahmas game yet and you have the chance to do so, all it takes is one and you will be hooked. The environment there is unlike anything else you will have ever experienced.
Mm-hmm.
For a price that will not make you take out a second mortgage on your home like an NFL game will.
Exactly. So real quick, let me just jump in here. I want to go back to this one comment. Where was it at? This one right here. Jackie, from all of us, right? All the fans, everything that you're doing in front and behind the scenes and everything. Thank you so much for all that you do. I don't think we can ever thank you enough. Coordinating the trip up to Memphis, doing the buses to Arlington and to Houston, keeping all of us together. That alone is a full-time job, right? It's like herding cats, literally. But again, Jackie, thank you. Justin says thank you. All of our fans say thank you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Y'all know.
That's why we pointed at you when Moose asked.
Well, thanks, guys. I do it for the love of the team and the league and for all of us being together, because at the end of the day, there is no better way to experience the game than with other Brahma fans all together. So,
and for love of the battle chicken,
the love of the battle chicken. We're having battle chicken fajitas this week at Tailgate.
Let's go.
That's right.
All right. How we end it? Wait.
Fuck
them on three.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome.